We're going to do waltz and going to discuss posture and hold.
And it's very important because posture and hold is the first thing people see when you hit the dance floor.
So we have to make sure we look good and create good impression from the very beginning. Now, as I prepare myself, I'm thinking of standing tall. I feel that my shoulders are aligned over the hips vertically and that my head weight is aligned vertically over the base, which I take the hips. Now, I feel from that position, I can invite Katyusha to take hold with me. Now, before we take hold, I would like to discuss where my arms are going to go in that hold position. It's very important that we create correct line when we put the arms into the position. So basically, one thing that is very important that the elbows are balancing in the correct place. And correct place for most people would be at about shoulder level. The elbows are at about shoulder level. And also important that these angles from the elbow to the palms, they fit correctly in the couple. So this angle can change relatively to the couple depending on the height difference. Now this part from here to the elbow, from the elbow to the shoulder, important that you get into the correct angle. So from that part to that part, if you take this plane, it would be about 90-degree angle. If we take it from this side and look at this plane, it would go to the floor at about 45-degree angle. So these details are important because they create correct look and that fits to the style that we have to create.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, exactly same thing with the posture and the poise. So I will be standing up straight with my head lined up to my hips and the shoulders are open up slightly. Now, important thing to remember for the man and the lady that this posture have to be taken from the moment you walk to the dance floor. So it's not that you're just going to get into your dancing position anyhow and then stand up straight. No, from the moment you step on the dance floor, remember that you're dancing already. For us, it's slightly different. Before we take a hold, we have to wait for the invitation from the guy.
So as I feel I have good posture and we're ready to start, I will invite Katyusha to take hold with me.
Now, while I'm coming in, of course, my line is very important, but it's also very important that my frame will fit the frame of Aruna's. So I come in, I'll make sure that the line from elbow to elbow is not broken, but also making sure that I don't disturb Aruna's frame.
And note, as we take the hold together, my arms are going into the position that I just discussed. The elbows are at the correct level and the angles between the elbows and shoulders and the wrists are correct.
My hand, my left hand, is going to be placed on Aruna's tricep, right here. So not too high, not too low. Very here and elegant.
One important thing, as we take hold, we create shape within the body. I'd like you to think about the structure first. So imagine that we have like a box or a frame between 4 points, with the 4 points, hips and shoulders. So they make a frame. Now within that frame, we can create curves within this part of the body through the movement of the rib cage. So we can rotate slightly and we can sway. That would create certain curves. But as I take hold, I wouldn't want to twist that frame itself. So the shoulders relatively to the hips, they would stay aligned vertically within so imaginable frame. But I will create certain curve. My rib cage is going to turn and sway slightly towards Katyusha as the head is going to counterbalance to the left. So it's going to create poise where I'm going to be curving leftwards. And note, so ribcage shaped towards Katyusha, and the head is shaping away. At the same time, I'm not twisting the frame here, so my shoulders aligned over the hips. But note that within ourselves, we created shape.
Yes, it also goes the same for the lady, with a slight difference, because I would say our shape would be a little bigger than yours. So what happens with what Tarunas mentioned already, with the box within us, I'll have to create the shape. But very important for lady to remember that the box itself will actually stay square to the partner. So when I come in order to produce more shape, I'm going to try not to turn it away. I'm going to keep the 4 points of the box parallel to the partner and now shape within it. So then hopefully now when you look through my back line, it doesn't look twisted as well.
As Katyusha just mentioned, lady develops slightly greater shape, and stylistically, as it's described in the technique book, lady shape and the poise is left and slightly back, as the man's is upright and then slightly left, poised slightly left. So that's the shape and image that we're trying to produce. When we have that, when we have good hold, we are ready to dance. So watch the whole process once again, having good postures individually, inviting Katyusha to take hold, putting arms into the right position, fitting the arms together correctly, having elbows at the right height, balancing correctly, all the angles are kept correctly, and we have shape within our bodies where I'm shaping ribcage towards the partner and the head shaping away to the left. So there are slight curves. Katyusha is left and slightly back, and I'm upright and slightly left.
And now we'll just show you one more time how we take the position from a different angle. So invitation.
Standing tall, aligned correctly, inviting Katyusha, putting the arms in the correct position, elbows balancing at the correct level.
Have a curve, but not disturbing the 4 points of the box.
All the angles in the arms are correct, and we have poise, where I'm poising to Katyusha, and then the head is poising to the left. Katyusha's poise is left and slightly back. That's what we need to have from the very beginning when we take the hold, and then we're ready to dance. So that concludes the topic of posture and hold.